what up? This is my Monday Night Raw review for December 8th, 2008, the Slammy editions of Monday Night Raw from last night, the 3-hour live broadcast from the USA Network. And just to go through, run through, give my review of the show and opinions of what happened, especially the awards and, the show overall. Now, don't expect me to be giving star ratings out for this show because I feel as far as TV wrestling matches, it's kind of hard to give out star ratings to them, especially since a lot of these matches from the show didn't go that long, and it's really only justified to give, a rating to a match if it goes to, I would say, at least 12 to 15 matches as far as, a television match. I know some matches on pay-per-view go shorter, but I just feel, it's different when it's a pay-per-view broadcast versus a television broadcast. So just want to go through, give my reviews of the show. Starting off with the first Slammy Award with Festus and Maria presenting the Tag Team of the Year Slammy Award. The winners of this were the Miz and John Morrison. Didn't really shock me they won, especially with this not being fans voting. This was just WWE picking the winners of this. Then, Miz and Morrison would have won. And they, pretty much were justified in winning this, especially since they've done a lot as a tag team. And I would say they probably are WWE's best tag team of the year. It was kind of a joke to see Carlito and Primo Colon in the voting for this, or not the voting, but the nominations of this, since they haven't been a tag team for that long. Now, if this was fans voting, obviously we would have saw Crime Time win, since Crime Time's the most over tag team in WWE. And even though I'm not a fan of Crime Time, if I was booking for WWE, or WWE needs to kind of look at them and start utilizing them a whole lot better, especially since how over they are with the crowd. Now, Miz and Morrison, they're kind of mixed. Some people like them, some people don't. Definitely think they're justified winning this. They came out here, Miz slapped around Festus, and they did a long, drawn-out acceptance speech. Some good comedy in there from the Miz and John Morrison. Then the first matchup of the evening was John Morrison versus CM Punk in a semifinals match for the IC title tournament, which the winner of this match takes on the winner of the Rey Mysterio and Kofi Kingston match later on in the evening at this Sunday's Armageddon pay-per-view. And this match between John Morrison and CM Punk, I would say, as far as a wrestling standpoint of the show, as far as matches, this probably was the most enjoyable match of the night. Definitely they did good stuff with each other. These two have a good chemistry pretty much every time they're in the ring, no matter, if they get a good amount of time, or like this was, physically, it was a 10-minute match, but with the commercial, if you were watching on TV and you weren't there, obviously, it was about a little over a 7-minute match. And what they did was pretty good in here. You saw some good in-ring psychology, good selling from CM Punk. They did one point in this match where CM Punk got thrown over the top rope to the floor, and they played it where he injured his ankle. Played this throughout the whole entire match. CM Punk did some good selling. John Morrison went after it. CM Punk went for the go-to-sleep on his first occasion. Didn't hit it that time. John Morrison reverses into a pinfall. CM Punk kicks out. Then he hits the go-to-sleep on his second try and advances on to the IC tournament final with the winner of Rey Mysterio and Kofi Kingston later on in the evening. Definitely glad he won, especially with the outcome later on in the evening. Definitely are really looking forward to his match this Sunday at Armageddon, but I'll get to that when I get to that match later on. This was definitely the most enjoyable match of the night, I would say. Then up next, they did a video recap of last Monday Night's Raw, the ending of it, where they had the Kane and John Cena match, showed that John Cena beat him and Chris Jericho's involvement up there. Then the aftermath with Randy Orton, Chris Jericho, Manu, and Cody Rhodes attacking John Cena. Then this leads backstage to a promo with John Cena, pretty much a typical promo from him like you would expect him to do. It was pretty much building up to the match that he's having later on in the evening with Edge, title versus title. He mentioned that, and obviously the main focus was towards his match this Sunday against Chris Jericho. He said, Chris Jericho, I'm looking for a fight later on in the evening with you, coming after you, that typical type promo from him. Then up next was Crime Time and Candice Michelle presenting the best finishing maneuver of the year. And the best finishing move was Evan Bourne's Shooting Star Press, like pretty much everyone expected him to win it. Now, he wasn't there in attendance for the show since he's injured right now, and they probably didn't want to have him back on TV yet, so they had Candice Michelle accept the award on his honor. Then, for some reason, you had Mike Knox come out here. I guess all he did was come out here, grab the award, and walk away. He didn't even do anything. It was just very, very pointless. Then after this, Randy Orton comes out here, does a promo basically saying, he's basically getting screwed not being in the nomination for the Superstar of the Year. Pretty much that. And then during this promo, I guess finally they're showing that Manu, Cody Rhodes, and him are actually going to be in a stable now, because during this promo, I guess he pretty much gave the stable a name. I guess it's going to be called the Legacy. Not a bad name, and I guess we'll have to look and see what they'll do with Ted DiBiase when he returns. Don't know if he'll be back in the stable, and they'll play it off that, was pretty much just Randy showing him tough love, or will Ted DiBiase Jr., will he come back and will he be a full-fledged face now, which I wouldn't mind seeing that, because I think he's kind of getting, in that tag team when he was in it, he was kind of getting pretty much, I wouldn't say buried, but not utilized the way he should, because I definitely see him as a future, possibly world champion. I definitely think he's talented enough to do that. He needs a little more work with his mic work, but his wrestling ability is definitely already there. And, in the future, I definitely think he could possibly be that, especially with him being in the new Marine movie, since John Cena didn't do it. Expect, since he's in a WWE film, especially since it's the type theme of the Marine, expect him to come back as a face, since, I don't know if it's going to be a theatrical release, but it's going to be definitely, straight to DVD release, probably like Mr. Kennedy's movie, the Columbia movie is going to be. And then after this, you had probably the best comical moment of the night, and this was MVP's match against Charlie Haas. Charlie Haas impersonating MVP, great job at it, calling himself MVC, Most Valuable Charlies, and definitely very funny from Charlie Haas. He's doing a good job at this. I got to give it to him, even though it kind of devalues him as a wrestler. This is pretty much the most he's been utilized, or the most the crowd's ever paid attention to him in his whole wrestling career. So it makes sense him going along with this and him doing this impersonation. It's good entertainment, good comedy, and that's what you expect from WWE. WWE values more in the entertainment other than the wrestling. And don't mind him doing this, and definitely great comical stuff here. Charlie Haas's MVC goes over on MVP, rolls him up. So they're still going in this thing of MVP having this losing streak, which I think is completely idiotic, because MVP, I'm not going to say right now he's ready to be in the main events or go for the world titles or anything, but definitely he could be a top mid-carder, maybe closely almost a contender. Definitely think he has enough talent and skills for it, and he's definitely, kind of hated by the crowd to a good degree, and I don't know why WWE's doing this. Possibly, like a lot of people are expecting, probably him and the Brian Kendricks are probably the two wrestlers that are pretty much getting punished for the WWE Wellness Policy. Not saying they fell for steroids or anything. They're pretty much, WWE's now enforcing this, the marijuana policy that they have. And before it was just a fine under the WWE Wellness Policy, but now I guess they're trying to enforce it more due to the fact they don't want no Entertainment Tonight or anything, or Nancy Grace or any of those type of shows, or even the government coming after them, since technically marijuana is illegal. So I guess WWE wants to enforce in that, and I guess, they got some stars that are going to have to be punished for it, whereas some stars, if you're a top star and you do it, you probably will not be punished. But I guess MVP, I guess he's one of the guys that has to be the sheep to slaughter, and pretty much he's going to be the one to get punished for the fact that he does that. But that's just speculation. I don't know if that's true, so don't take that for being actually, that's pretty much a rumor, I would say. Then up next was the next Slammy Award with Tiffany and Matt Hardy presenting the Extreme Moment of the Year. And like to no one's surprise, Jeff Hardy won this with the Jeff Hardy's plunge earlier this year, where he did the Swanton Bomb off the scaffold of the Titantron to the floor to Randy Orton. Obviously, everyone expected him to win this. Good moment between him and Matt Hardy, and then he cut a promo basically saying, this Sunday I'll win the world title no matter what it takes. I'll drag my body in there, take as much punish and pain as I have to do. Typical promo building up to the match this Sunday. Then came up the next match, which was Jeff Hardy versus Chris Jericho, and This was a good match. It was too short, though. That was the only problem I had with it. I thought they probably should have gave this match at least a couple more minutes, but I guess for time constraints, they had to cut it maybe a little short. So that was the only problem I had with this. It's a good match, but a little too short. Chris Jericho actually goes over on Jeff Hardy in this match. He hits the code breaker, so Chris Jericho gains some huge victory going into this Sunday's Armageddon pay-per-view against Chris Jericho, against John Cena, And I pretty much expected him to go over in this match. And Jeff Hardy, he's having a match against Triple H at SmackDown this Friday. SmackDown taping happening tonight, so maybe to help him out, maybe he'll go over on Triple H, help him out to get a little steam for his match this Sunday at Armageddon, but I highly doubt, you'll see any title change, or I highly doubt, if you see a title change, I highly doubt it's going to be Jeff Hardy winning the title. And then, after this, you got Kelly and Kane presenting the Couple of the Year award, and Vicky Guerrero and Edge won this. Vicky Guerrero came out here, cut a little promo, accepting the award, definitely showcasing how hated she is by the fans, which definitely I give it to her. Definitely I don't like her that much, but I guess that's what I'm supposed to do. I'm not supposed to like her, so I guess she's doing her job pretty well, and the crowd really, pretty much anything she says on the mic, pretty much garners her complete heel heat already, so that's very few, performers can actually do that, so I guess I gotta give Vicky Guerrero a little credit there. Then you see, Santino and Beth Phoenix come out here, Santino getting on the mic, do some comedy stuff, saying that him and Beth Phoenix got snubbed for not winning the best couple of the year, and pretty much a lot of joking stuff, saying that, well, how does Vicky and Edge win it, since pretty much Vicky said something like, Edge, I'm gonna force you to go to hell, or Edge saying that to Vicky, and pretty much like jokingly saying to Beth, you never done that to me, or I never done that to you, so good comical stuff, and he pretty much open challenge to any of the other nominations for Couple of the Year, and for some reason or another, Finley and Hornswoggle, I don't know how they constitute a couple since they're only a father and son, but won't even comment on that. And this was a very, very short match. Some okay comical stuff between Hornswoggle and Santana Marella in here, but this was very, very short. It was like 2-3 minutes at best. Hornswoggle gets the pinfall on Santana Marella after hitting the tadpole splash off the top rope to him. And they go over. So then after this match, Melina and Theodore Long, they present the Diva of the Year award. Beth Phoenix wins this, and Beth Phoenix is consoling to Santana in the ring, holding on to him. Then as soon as she hears her name, funny enough, she drops Santana. Good spot there. Then you see good stuff there. Then you see her go up the stage, and you see her accept the award. Then you see a little confrontation between Beth Phoenix and Melina. They get in a little brawl on stage, and then Santino's up on the stage. And you see at one point Beth Phoenix gets thrown off of Melina, and Santino's right behind her. And funny enough, I guess this is going to be the running joke now that every week or every week or at every event now, Santino's going to get hitting the ball some way or another because Beth Phoenix's back of her head hit Santino in the ball. So I guess that's going to be the running joke for a little bit now because it definitely seems like the fans buy into it. And Santino does a good job of, maybe he oversold it a little bit, but he was doing good comical stuff there, I would say. Then after this, you got the, let me see one thing. Then you got Alicia Fox and Joey Styles presenting the Oh My God moment of the year, and the winner was CM Punk when he cashed in the Money in the Bank back in June, when he cashed in, won the world title. Not surprised that one. I knew that, or either John Cena's surprise return at the Rumble would have won. Definitely, glad CM Punk got an award here. And CM Punk came out here. He did a little acceptance speech for it, named out a couple names, and funny enough, he named out Scotty Goldman, which pretty much everyone knows is Colt Cabana, and he named his name out when he was going through the whole list of names he was thanking. Probably a couple other names in there, probably like Ace Steel or someone that we didn't catch that he said, but definitely Colt that he said, Colt Cabana's name, his WWE work name actually he used, which was kind of funny that he used that. Then after this, you saw him go backstage, bring Joey Styles out, and he got Joey Styles to do his line, the "Oh My God" line that he always used, which Pretty much this being in Philadelphia, Joey Styles got a huge reception from the crowd. You heard, a lot of ECW chants when he was out there, to no one's surprise. I mean, even though what WWE's done with ECW, that pretty much is always going to happen in Philadelphia. You'll get, huge ECW chants all the time, especially Joey Styles being out there. So you got a little cheap pop from that. Then the next matchup was Kofi Kingston and Rey Mysterio in the second semifinals match of the evening for the IC title tournament, which the winner of this faces CM Punk. And this was a good match, possibly a little too short, just like the Jeff Hardy and Chris Jericho match. But like you expect, a lot of these matches on here would probably you had higher expectations going into than actually the match delivered, especially it being a TV broadcast and not a pay-per-view. But these two did some okay stuff. Rey Mysterio goes over pretty quickly, rolls him up, and then the Sunday you're going to see CM Punk and Rey Mysterio in the finals of the IC tournament. Whoever wins this takes on, William Regal on either an upcoming Raw, or either they'll hold it off to the New Year's Revolution pay-per-view. I think that's going to be the first pay-per-view of 2009 from WWE. So they'll either do it on one of the upcoming Raws, or they'll just save it for that first January pay-per-view right before the Rumble, which I see CM Punk probably winning this, especially since CM Punk went over so quickly and pinned William Regal at Survivor Series. I felt they were trying to build that up for some reason. So wouldn't be surprised if CM Punk wins this, but expect that to be a great match between those two. First time they're taking on each other in WWE, not the first time they've ever took on each other. They have took on each other in a singles match back a long time ago in IWA Mid-South, and even in a three-way with them two involved with Eddie Guerrero in the same organization back, I think, in 2001, late 2001 or early 2002. And, both those matches were very good, so expect this to be pretty good. Hopefully, WWE will just give them a good amount of time. That's the only thing I'm worried about, that they won't get enough time. But hopefully WWE will give them a good amount of time. Then after this, you get Eve Torres and Mr. Kennedy coming out here presenting the Match of the Year award. And to no one's surprise, Shawn Michaels and Ric Flair Shawn Michaels and Ric Flair's match from WrestleMania 25 won this. Shawn Michaels comes out here, accepts the award. Then, for some reason or another, I guess they're building something up with him and JBL like they've been doing. So JBL comes out here and says, now I'm accepting this award for Shawn Michaels in my match with John Cena. Parking Lot Brawl is the best match of the year. So I guess they're going to be building up something where Shawn Michaels is going to look like he's going to join up with JBL, then he's going to finally snap and turn on JBL. I guess that's the route they'll go on. At least that's what I would expect them to do, because I can't see them turning the route of having Shawn Michaels turn heel. That's probably the route they'll most likely go on. And then the next matchup was, a tentatively schedule. We're going to get a Batista versus Triple H match, but that changed when Randy Orton cut that promo earlier, and he sent out the challenge to Batista and Triple H for a 3-on-2 handicap match. This match was Batista and Triple H teaming up versus Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes, and Manu. And this was pretty much a typical handicap match. Nothing spectacular, nothing that good in this match. And the way this match ends is Batista had Randy Orton in the powerbomb position. Cody Rhodes came from behind, attacked him. Randy Orton got out of it, hit Batista with the RKO. So Randy Orton, Manu, and Cody Rhodes go over on Triple H and Batista. So this pretty much seals the fate that probably Batista, and I already thought this was going to happen, Batista defeating Randy Orton at this coming up weekend's Armageddon pay-per-view, especially since Randy Orton went over on him on this event in a handicap match. That's what I would expect to happen. Then after this, you get probably the worst segment of the night, which was Mickie James and Ron Simmons presenting the damn moment of the year. And the winner of this was Khali's Kiss Cam. And at one point or another, he comes out here. Mickie James stares at him, and you see Mickie James, him pick up Mickie James. Looks like they're about to make out. Jillian Hall comes out here, does her little singing stuff, interrupts it. Then for some reason, I guess you see Sergeant Slaughter, Funaki, and a couple other people, and obviously Khali's interpreter. You see them dancing, and you see Jillian singing, and you see Mickie James and Khali making out. Then obviously Ron Simmons does his damn which, God, I thought at this point or another that WWE would stop doing this, but how much can just that one word and still, to this day, I guess, get over with the fans? I don't see how it does. I mean, obviously they're not using it as much as they once did, but it's not even funny anymore. Maybe it was funny the 1 or 2 times he did it right at the beginning, but now it's just complete idiotic. And the sad thing is, this is probably the most the thing that most fans are going to remember Ron Simmons for, is he'll be that one guy with that one word, and the only thing he can say is "damn," other than, you know, his stuff he did with the APA, stuff he did as Farouk, the stuff he did in the Nation of Domination, or when he was NWA champion, being the first African American world champion for the NWA, and people are going to mainly remember him for this. So that's kind of sad that is just a waste of a segment. So I would say that, and the match with Hornswoggle and Finlay versus Beth Phoenix and Santana, those are probably the only bad portions of the show. Everything else was at least watchable and entertaining, I would say. Then after this, you get Ron Truth Killings, R-Truth, come out here, and he's taking on Dolph Ziggler, and this was just a terrible match. I don't know why they placed this on here. Dolph Ziggler goes over, he wins by count out. I do got to give him one thing. He did have a sweet enziguri kick to the back of the head of Ron R-Truth out here, and that was probably the best thing I've ever seen from him. He has a very plain look, and all his character is him introducing himself. I mean, come on, WWE. I think you could have possibly kept other better talents than him and just scrapped him already completely, because I don't know why you even want to try to push him or try to utilize him. You know, the stuff he did in the Spirit Squad is probably the best thing he's ever going to do in his wrestling career, unless WWE, for some reason or another, wants to be dumb and push this character very far, which I highly doubt they will. I think it's just going to be kind of a joke gimmick that they'll run with a little bit, and then probably by next year he'll probably be released from WWE, or maybe he'll fail 1 or 2 more wellness policy tests, and then just be completely scrapped from WWE completely. Then after this, you get Stephanie McMahon coming out here and announcing the nominees for the Superstar of the Year. The winner of this was surprisingly Chris Jericho. Definitely didn't see him being the winner of this award, even though it wasn't fans voting, it was WWE's voting, but still didn't see him winning. I thought maybe, Batista or John Cena or even Triple H would have won this award, not Chris Jericho. Then Chris Jericho accepts the award. He gets in the ring, does this promo. Pretty good promo from him, basically saying that, since all you fans didn't vote, you couldn't stop me from winning this award. And then pretty much building his match up with John Cena again. Then John Cena comes out here, and Chris Jericho runs out through the crowd. Then you get John Cena versus Edge in the title champion versus champion match. And obviously, like everyone expected, this match ended in a no contest. To no one's surprise, Chris Jericho comes out there, gets involved. You see Chris Jericho and John Cena, you see them brawling outside the ring. You see them brawling into the crowd, and this leaves Edge into the ring. Triple H comes out there, attacks Edge, and you see Jeff Hardy come out there, and pretty much the whole show ends in a brawl with those three, and Chris Jericho and John Cena brawling out through the crowd. So overall, I would say this was not an excellent Raw. It was kind of an average Raw, I would say. It wasn't mediocre, because actually I found some stuff to be enjoyable on here. Obviously, as far as a wrestling standpoint, no, this show was piss poor to a wrestling standpoint, but to an entertainment value, I would say it was pretty good. There's stuff I did find enjoyable on here, and as far as the in-ring work, like I said, the best thing on here was probably John Morrison versus CM Punk's match, and other stuff on here was enjoyable, and it was good to see them bring back the Slammy Awards and mix it in with the wrestling show, and I thought they did a good format of the show. So overall, like I said, I thought the show was a pretty average Raw, and definitely as far as the card for this Sunday's Armageddon pay-per-view from WWE, definitely looking forward to this pay-per-view a lot. They would have to pretty much do something bad to... Hopefully I'm not going to hype this pay-per-view up too much, because it might not deliver to the level I'm expecting. But from the card, I'm expecting a lot. I mean, you got Chris Jericho versus John Cena in the world title match, expecting that to be great. Then you got a 3-way with Jeff Hardy, Edge, and Triple H for the WWE title, expecting that to be very good. Then you got Randy Orton and Batista, depending on how Batista does and if he shows up. this match could be excellent. Randy Orton's a very good worker, and Batista, like I said, at times can put on good matches with certain talent, so that should be very good. Then probably the match I'm looking forward to even the most is Rey Mysterio versus CM Punk for the finals of the IC title tournament. Whoever wins this faces William Regal, I guess, either on an upcoming Raw or at the first January pay-per-view right before the Royal Rumble, or they'll just do it at the end of the year on Raw, with probably the winner of this tournament probably defeating William Regal. At least that's what I'm expecting. Then you got, I guess, Matt Hardy defending the ECW title. So overall, the pay-per-view card so far with just 5 matches, I gotta say, looks pretty good so far. Matt Hardy's match is probably the only one at this point that's not interests me that much. But overall, I gotta say, the card for Armageddon is looking very good, especially since in recent years that's been pretty much, one of those throwaway pay-per-views or nothing much to do at, and pretty much building up to the Royal Rumble. But definitely gotta say, with the card for it, looks like it's gonna be good. So like I said, the 3-hour presentation on Raw, the WWE Slammies, definitely gotta say it was a pretty enjoyable show. Overall, I'd say it was an average show, probably average show at best. And yeah, that's it for my thoughts of the Slammy Awards. And just one other thing I want to throw out, probably we'll be doing a Q&A this Thursday, so anyone that wants to send any questions, it could be wrestling related, or anything else, movies, music, wrestling, pretty much anything. Just send me my questions send your questions through either in a comment or a message on my account, on my channel. Just do it that way. So I'll probably do, like I said, a Q&A this Thursday. And expect some Ring of Honor DVD reviews within the next week or so. Got a good amount I have to catch up on. Obviously, you're going to see an Armageddon predictions video and an Armageddon review probably either late Sunday night or early Monday morning, or sometime no later than Monday afternoon. So, yeah, that's it for this video. All right, peace.